Now, guys, didn't I tell y'all to hold tight? I told you guys to hold tight. We was going to be right back. They are ready to go for this game here. We got Jelly. We got Dimes. We got the Lions. We got the Cardinals here on Madden Underground. And again, I got my guy, my ace, my man, Phoenix in the building. What's good, Phoenix?
What's good, Snypz, man? We are back once again, like you mentioned, and I'm so excited to call another game for playoff action. It's been crazy so far, and I hope this game lives up to the rest of the games that we've seen so far on Madden Underground.
Indeed, indeed. So look, the Lions, they're going to get started here. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. So this is Jelly. Again, this is your first time seeing Jelly. So like I said, I broke it down to you just a few minutes ago as far as typically how Jelly is. But this season, not the best offensively. And I just looked it up. He's 20th in the league. He averages about 26 points a game. So that will kind of tell you right there that this league is full of goons that score a lot of points. He's 20th and he averages 26 points a game. So he's a pretty solid player, but he is a top 10 defense, ninth to be exact. So a very good defensive player indeed. But we'll talk a little bit more in just a moment right after this play. First and 10. It's going to come out here with the RPO, get it there to Williams. That'll be a nice little 7-yard game to start the day here. And that'll be a second down and 3.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see Jelly operate here. Like I said, like I mentioned before we got off the last one, I have not seen Jelly play. It looks like he's in this run and gun playbook, which is something that you typically don't see all the time here. It's going to be interesting to see how Jelly operates here as he has the Detroit Lions with Jared Goff right now.
Yeah, yeah. And DeAndre Swift will get that catch there. It'll be a first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jared Goff, not a bad season. 4,835 yards, 45 touchdowns, only 24 interceptions. Definitely takes care of the football, Phoenix.
Hey, I wish you could do that in real life, honestly. But hey, nonetheless, this is Madden. This ain't real life, But for me personally, to see the Lions in the playoffs like this, I'm like, hey, miracles have been happening. And that's no shade against Jelly. I've just been a salty Lions fan for the remainder of my life. But anyways, but again, it's good. It's good to see Jelly operate here, Snypz.
I'm telling you. Second down and 10 coming up here at the 42-yard line. And Swift in the backfield here is going to flip him around. And Jelly does have offense indeed. And you might see some right here. Oh, he drops the football. And that's going to be a third down and 10 here at the 42. How does Jamal Williams drop that one there, Phoenix?
And that's that KO ability coming into play right there. Jameson Williams, known as a speedster, kind of like that Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman kind of speed that you got to cover, got to have the safety help over the top. That time, Dimes having that KO ability, able to make Jameson Williams drop the pass right there.
And that was Jameson Williams. I do apologize for that. But the third down and 10 here at the 42-yard line. 4:48 remaining here in the first. Quick pass out. That's going to be caught, and he will not get the conversion. Actually, that's an incomplete pass there intended for Odell Beckham. They're bringing out a 4th down and 10. He's going to go for it here.
Great start by Dimes on defense. Again, Dimes known for this cover 0, cover 4 quarters kind of defense here. And again, you see whenever Dimes brings his safety down, that's how you know he's going to start bringing the heat right there. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jelly can find ways to slow this defense down.
Let's see what he does here on 4th and 10. So he's going to switch the play up here, and now still in the pistol, obviously, but now in a bunch. And 6 seconds remaining on the play clock. And he gets a couple good chip blocks, and that's a big-time catch right there by T.J. Hockenson, and a 1st and 10 here at the 46.
Yeah, great play right there by Jelly. And that's what Jared Goff does have, is that tight out ability. So anytime he throws to TJ Hockenson and he's open, that's going to be more times than not a completion right there. Swift almost got loose right there for a gain of 5 right there, Snypz.
So a second down and 5 coming up here. Reminded everybody that winner of this game will take on the undefeated Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. Those Cowboys are tough indeed. No doubt about it. They have had an incredible season. Big shout out to Fetty getting big things done there with those Cowboys. So third down and 5 coming up here at the 41-yard line. As again, we talked about the Cowboys earlier as well, that, Fetty, he's had an absolute incredible season. That was a great game yesterday and a a tough game indeed for Snoop and those Panthers.
Yeah, and again, we don't mention him enough. Again, we kind of talked about it in the earlier game that we called Snipes. We don't talk about Fetty enough. Again, 16-0, undefeated, and nobody has talked about him or nobody has shined any light on him. I know he's just not a big spotlight guy, but that's got to be something on these two radar as you don't want to look too far ahead of this game, but that's got to be on your mind depending on if you win or lose this game.
Oh yeah, indeed, no doubt about that. Second down and 9 here at the 20. And I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about it next week, the next next game, that's for sure. Because that's the next game we'll have is the NFC Championship game. I mean, not the next game per se, here right away, but second down and 9 here now at the 20. 2:50 left here in the first quarter. And a good first drive here so far, using a lot of clock here. Definitely can't blame him for using some clock as Goff back for the pass here. And, he's wide open. And that is a beautiful dot just like that. St. Brown with a touchdown.
Hey, that's the sun god right there coming into play right there. I love to see that as a Lions fan. That's a great play right there. Sun god toasted them on that corner route, one-on-one coverage, nobody home for the safety help, and that's going to be an easy score for Jelly. So a very efficient drive right there out of this run and gun playbook by Jelly. Seen him mix it up, trips tight end, pistol bunch, a little bit of split flex and stuff like that. So very great drive so far from Jelly. Very impressive.
Indeed. So Dimes going to get the football here first for his first time, I should say, today. 6th in total offense, averaging about 36 points a game. Solid player indeed. We know about Dimes. He is the second-ranked passer in this league with over 6,600 yards passing for the entire season. Just absolutely insane as far as passing the football here, Phoenix.
Yeah, we're going to see how he does against Jelly's defense. Again, Dime's known for that spread offense. We've seen it time and time again on the Game of the Weeks. We've seen it time and time again in these playoffs. So you already know what's going to be coming up here. Based out of that trio offset week, going to be using a lot of RPO plays, jet touch pass plays. And it's going to be interesting to see. Again, we seen Diggs yesterday in the game, be able to slow down Dimes to an extent until Dimes came alive, like some Undertaker stuff out of the WWE. But again, we're going to interested to see how Jelly decides to adapt to Dimes' attack here on offense.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 here at the 25. Obviously, they're just fixing up their audibles and everything else, getting everything situated. Because right after that, once they get them all fixed up, it's going to be a lightning type of game here for these guys. So here we go. 1st and 10 here at the 25. And Kyler Murray back for the pass here. And obviously, wow, first play of the game. And we talked earlier about the defense of Jelly. And he just showed right there what his defense is all about. First play, interception, Lions with the football.
And that's Iffy Melifonwu, not Obi. That's Iffy. That's the younger brother of Obi. Coming up with a big play right there. 6'3", long arm guy. And that's going to be a great play right there for Jelly as he's moving the ball right there. And DeAndre Swift came down with that. That's a great defensive stop there. Once again, Buda Baker making a great play right there for Dimes.
So 2nd down and 10 here at the 29-yard line. He's already in field goal range, so obviously he can take the points if he needs to. But I know Jelly. I don't think Jelly's going to take the field goal. I think Jelly will go ahead and try to get the win here, and that's going to be an intentional there more than likely, and it is. So it's going to be a 3rd down now, and 22, loss of 12 on the play there, Phoenix.
Yeah, and that's something that you don't want to do against Dimes. Take too many intentional grounds. Again, that pressure coming in right there.
Yep.
And again, if you're Jelly right there, you want to maybe look at considering getting Swift involved in the ground game so that way you can take your 3. But it looks like Jelly is not doing that at all, and it's going to look to air the ball out here and see what the play call is going to be.
Yeah, not sure if I like that call at all here, but a 3rd and 22, and he's going to throw it up, and that's incomplete. So 4th and 22. So obviously you want to probably either try a field goal or even punt the ball out. Looks like he might have picked punt the first time. And instead he's going to go here for the field goal because he had to call a timeout. So he's going to try the long field goal here. Could take a 10-0 lead. And I guess you could say that, look, You know what I mean? You're playing a guy like Dimes. You take all the points you could get here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and Austin Cyber right there with the boot. I thought that was
Wow.
actually going to go short here because he had the
Wow.
win against him. But
Right.
again, that goes to show you right there how you know your personnel and your roster is the little
Right.
things right there. Because I am not going to lie, I would have punted the football. If Madden tells me to punt, I'm punting the football. But that's confidence in your kicker and Jelly able to go 2 possessions right there, Snipes.
Hey, that's big right there, indeed. So a 1st and 10 in out the 28-yard line. Here comes Dimes again. First pass of the game, interception. Let's see what he does here on his second attempt of the game. 1st and 10 here at the 28-yard line, 2:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Coming out here with the 6th-ranked offense. He's going to run the football here. A great job by Mostert. You know, Dimes is a guy that he needs. He needs a mobile quarterback. He needs a fast halfback. He's got all of that, plus some on this team, and that's why he's been so effective on the offensive side here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and that's what the spread is predicated off of. Again, if you guys remember how
Right.
Chip Kelly, that Oregon style offense, and what that whole entire scheme is predicated around speed kills. So Dimes building out his scheme and his roster perfectly to accommodate for what he actually needs in the offense. And you see Mostert, you've seen Kyler Murray, you've seen a lot of these speedster guys. And again, Snipes, like you mentioned, man, that's how he leads the league so much in offense right there.
1st and 10 here now to 39. And Brown won't get anything here. He's going to lose 4 on the play. Didn't like that play call at all there by Dimes. 2nd down to 14 here at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, trying to go with the jet touch pass. We talked about it, and that's Jelly doing his homework right there. We've seen Dimes anytime he comes out in these formations, he's tempted to either run a halfback screen pass or he's looking to
Right.
do a jet touch pass. That time, a halfback screen pass is we're going to see here, and that's going to be interesting because Jelly drifts too far with the user right there. In most cases, you already know when he's going to motion that halfback across. It's usually just straight blocking, but Dimes has lately been taking it up a notch right here and putting guys on routes. So if you drift too far like Jelly did right there, he's going to leave routes underneath. And that time we've seen Dimes completed right there.
3rd down and 8 coming up here at the 37-yard line. Are we staying again here in this gun set? Back for the pass, gets some good protection
Ooh.
for a moment. And look at the defense, though, however, as Aiden Hutchinson will get in for a big sack. 4th down at 16 coming up.
Yeah, had a wide open Zach Ertz down for a touchdown. Did not throw it. I'm surprised right there. Normally, Dimes is very sharp with his read, so it's surprising to see that. And let's see what happens with this field goal. Dimes misses another field goal.
Wow.
I was going to say, last game that we seen, Dimes missed a field goal, and that came to bite him right against Diggs right there, losing by 3. This time, another field goal miss and another opportunity, and that might be the difference in between winning and losing this game right here, Snipes.
Yes. I agree 100% on that. And because of the way he lost in his game yesterday on the Xbox side and having an opportunity here on the PS5 side and now missing that field goal, that could mess around with the psyche a little bit here within the game. But we'll see what happens here throughout the rest. We get a nice tote here, cuts it inside, and ends up getting 2 on the play because it's a play that looked like it was going to be a loss to 2nd down and 8. Coming up here at the 46-yard line, comes out in a no huddle. Got Swift flipping him to the other side. And barking them all out, back for the pass here. And he's going to try to throw that up right to coverage. And that is picked off. And Dimes will get another opportunity thanks to Byron Murphy.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he was going with that. And there was no reason to throw that at all. Nothing was open right there. And I like what Jelly tried to do. And this is a little bit cheeky by Jelly right there. He tried to do a little jet touch pass, try to come on this trips tight end, made it look like a trio offset week. So Jelly trying to be maybe a little trolly to Dimes, but that time completely backfired as he throws the interception right there, Snipes.
Yeah, for a 2nd down and 4, gets a 6-yard gain on that last play. Now at the 18-yard line, 5:23 remaining here in the first half. And here comes Dimes again, coming out here in the gun. From the audible out here now. And Mostert with another tote here, but this time he is met up, brings it down to a 3rd down and 5, loss of 1 on the play. And he's going to come out here in the no huddle here, Phoenix.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if Dimes is maybe a little bit shook right now. Again, all the adjustments that he was doing are not working. Normally, the normally offense we're accustomed to seeing from Dimes not being a factor right there. And
Mm.
again, another incompletion right there, 3 for 5 for one interception by Kyler Murray. And this is not the Dimes we're accustomed to seeing, Snipes, at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is not. This is definitely not. And I'm getting like we talked about, is wondering if it's messing with his psyche from that game yesterday. But we'll see what happens here. 4th down and 5 here now at the 17-yard line. And this is an interesting area to actually go for it. You know, if I was Downs, I'd probably go ahead and just try to trust the defense a little bit. He's going to go for it here. And
Ooh.
that was almost another pick. That was almost another pick. And he gets the ball back in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, you see Jelly trying to get super adjusty with it. It had a corner on the opposite side of the trying to cover a man coverage right there, and then Jelly decided to take the seams away himself. Again, regardless, he gets the ball back. But again, Dime's not making the best read right there, getting off to another slow start here in these playoff Snipes.
Indeed, here and another tote here. Will end up losing 3 on the play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 13. 4:30 remaining here in the first half. Dimes has just not looked like the original Dimes that we typically know and love here in the playoffs. He's not looked good here so far in this one here. 2nd down and 13. And Goff back for the pass again. He's going to throw that up. Beautiful dot by St. Brown, to St. Brown, I should say. That'll get him a first and goal now at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, went with that inside pass lead right there. And that's what you can do with that free form passing mechanic, making great use of it right there by Jelly right there. And again, like you mentioned, Dime's not looking the best on even on defense right now. That was a clean seam right there in the inside pass lead. And usually Dime will take those plays away. So again, it's gonna be interesting to see what the result is on this drive for Jelly.
Indeed. 2nd down and goal now at the 5-yard line. 3:39 remaining. Knock it back a couple seconds there after the runoff. And Golf again here in the pistol set. It's going to hand it off here to Swift. Good chip block for Swift. And will he punch it in? He cannot win the tackle battle. It's going to be a 3rd down and goal here now at the 1-yard line. Comes back out here to no huddle, keeping everybody split out. And Dimes is going to hand it off here again and cuts it straight up. And does he punch it in? He does. And that is a big-time Jelly touchdown.
Man, DeAndre Swift fighting for his life right there. Able to get into the end zone. And that's 17-0 by Jelly right now. And you already know how the chat works, Snipes, as you've been in the league for a while. You know, as people start talking about it. You start seeing the little notifications go up by the chat, talking about, like, you know, is this going to be a blowout? Is he washed?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what the results. But here's the thing, Snipes. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. We've seen this kind of result happen last game against Diggs. The only difference is it's 17 instead of 10. But we thought Dimes was completely out of the picture. But Dimes came back, like I said, on some Undertaker-ish right there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see if Dimes does the same thing again. But I imagine, though, honestly, Snipes, if he turns the ball over again, we may not be able to see it at all.
Right. Indeed. He can't turn the ball over here at this point in the game. He cannot do it. Down 17-0. Again, we've talked earlier about Jelly and how his defense is. And he has a stout defense. He's shown it throughout the season, a top 10 defense all throughout the season. So he has a stout defense. This is a guy that you just can't play any games with on the defensive side. And having a 17-0 lead right now, as Dimes does get that first down off that Raheem Mostert run, having a 17-0 lead right now is just it could be too much for a top 10 defense.
Yeah, it could be. But again, plenty of time left in the game right there. We can see, again, we've seen it so many times in the playoffs. Guys just start coming alive, when the pressure is on. We've seen it with Assassin last game, as we thought he was going to be dead to right side of that Hail Mary, as Connor is going to get a first down and more right here. Got some green grass right there. Is going to get a stiff arm and 2-minute warning coming up. But that was a big play. But again, these are the plays that Dimes needs to get back into this one, Snipes.
Indeed. And these are the type, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. These are the plays that he needs. And he's got to put something on the board now. I don't think he needs 3. He already missed 3. So he needs 7 right now to get back into this ball game. And he's going to get this told here by Connor again. And that'll be a 4-yard gain on the play. So it's going to bring it now to a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And listen, James Conner in the regular season was not used much running the football. He's got 5 rushing touchdowns, second leader on the team as far as touchdowns are concerned, rushing the football. So not used all the time, but I think he's a guy that could get you those tough yards, and he showed it there, on those plays. So a 3rd down and 4 with a $1:22 left coming up here in the first half. Audible's out here now to the bunch set. And Murray's still sitting here in the gun. We'll see if they're going to be able to cover that left side. He's going to bring Ertz to the left side as well. Can they get there in time? And they will not for Raheem Mostert. Tabby a 1st and 10 now here at the 22-yard line. Good play call there by Dimes.
Yeah, an interesting decision again, kind of slowing the tempo down, getting under a minute left before snapping the ball right there. It seems like Dimes does not want Jelly to get the ball back with any time right there. And Mostert is going to have a big play right there, and that's going to be a touchdown. And like you said, Snypz, Dimes needed 7, and that time he got 7.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic right there for Dimes. So just like that, although he is down 10 points, Dimes is back in this ball game. He is back in the game. We cannot count him out right now at all. This guy is back in the game now. He's only down 10 with 54 seconds left here in the half here, Phoenix.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, you heard my spiel so many times about the end of the half. You can win the game here, but you can also lose the game here. So the ball is in Jelly's court right now. If he executes the way he's supposed to, and even if he doesn't get anything out of it, if he doesn't turn the ball over here, that's still a win. But if he turns that ball over, Snypz, Dimes has so much life, and that's somebody you don't want to get too much momentum to going into halftime.
Exactly. 1st and 10 here, 51 seconds remaining here in the half. Swift is going to go to the outside, so obviously we'll see if this pressure gets in there for Jared Goff, and it will, but he gets the ball out in time, and he has to throw the football away. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 here at the 19.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused why he's not utilizing Swift here. Again, Dimes having 2 timeouts, so you just essentially save Dimes a timeout by throwing the ball away right there. But again, that's going to be the biggest thing I'm looking for on this drive is Jelly's clock management skills. And looks like he's not going to be able to get the ball off again. So again, you save essentially another timeout that Dimes would have had to burn. Yep. And now it's 3rd and 10 right there, Snypz.
Yep, indeed. 3rd and 10 here now. 44 seconds left. And Swift going right back outside again. And taking his time here. You see he's going to try the rookie. He does not. He stays underneath there to Beckham. Beckham will get down for the 1st. With 38 seconds left, that's a good route there for Odell Beckham.
Yeah, you seen the adjustment right there. Decided to put him on a drag route because he saw all the deep stuff covered right there. So Odell Beckham able to get some separation, and that's somebody you can't sleep on, despite what contrary to popular belief. Odell Beckham's still that guy in Madden.
Oh yeah, he definitely is that guy in Madden, and there he is again. That guy getting to the 45-yard line. It's going to be another 1st down here now at the 45.
Oh, I thought he was going to actually throw it on the scenes right there. Nobody home right there. But again, like you mentioned, Odell Beckham, he is him. I'm him. And again, great execution so far by Jelly. But again, Dime's still with 2 timeouts here.
We go 1st and 10 is going to get the completion there. And Williams will get another 1st down here now at the 38-yard line. Is going to keep the clock running and finally spikes it down. That's going to be a 2nd down and 10 here at the 38.
Well, he almost got loose right there, got jiggy with it. But great play right there. Almost got away with one with a spin move. But again, great execution right there. I like this pace that Jelly's at, taking his time, not rushing it, paying off dividends right now as we see.
2nd down and 10, and gets down to the 31. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 3 coming up. What is your play call here on 3rd down and 3 with 9 seconds left?
Honestly, I'm running that same play, that RPO bubble that he just ran. And again, regardless, I'm not turning the ball over, whether I give it to Swift or Williams right there. Get yourself in field goal range, get down, call a timeout, and get out of this half with 3 points.
And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do here. 4th down and 2. He's going to take his points and possibly go up 20-7. See what happens here. And that should be an easy chip shot, and it is. So, end of the half here, Phoenix. What'd you think about the first half of this one?
Man, I was very impressed by Jelly. Again, two big interceptions that we seen Jelly make here against Dimes. And, to me, Stice, we talked about it earlier. Dimes is not looking like the Dimes of old. And it's going to
Right.
be interesting to see what the chatter is in the chat if Dimes ends up losing this game. But again, plenty of time left in this game. We've seen Dimes make comeback after comeback after comeback, especially after being down early. So that's
Yep.
going to be something I'm looking forward to seeing, especially with this drive on offense from VA Dimes.
Exactly. So here we go. First and 10 at the 24, the Cardinals. And Dimes will get the football to start the half. And so far, so good here for Jelly and the Lions. They maintain a 13-point lead. And here comes Dimes out of the gun set. And he's going to throw this up, and that's wide open. Caught inbounds at the 48-yard line. Great catch indeed right there for Marquise Brown. First and 10 at the 48.
Yeah, and Hollywood Brown, you don't want to leave him open, especially against zone coverage. And that's what the spread book is so good at beating is zone coverage, especially stock. That time, Jilly not able to cover him, and Dimes with a big play.
Was this up here? And that is incomplete. That was going to be a tough catch right there for DeAndre. For DeAndre. Oh, my goodness. I can't say his name right now. Why can't I talk?
Yeah, I got you, Snice. I got you. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, and you know
Thank
what,
you.
Snipes? That's something that now that you say his name, we have not called DeAndre Hopkins his name
No,
at all this
no.
broadcast. Again, doesn't have the star ability, doesn't have any abilities on him. That maybe that's probably why. But very interesting that Nuke finally gets a shot 1-on-1, but ends up being an incompletion right there.
Well, third down coming up here at the 48-yard line. I really could not say DeAndre Hopkins. So something's wrong with me. third and 10 coming up now. See what he's got here. Again, Murray staying in the gun set. We all already know the playbook that Dimes runs. He runs a spread playbook. And he is pretty much the king of the spread. Here comes Murray. Quick pass. It's going to be
Ooh.
dropped. And it's a fourth down and 10. Zach Ertz, a guy that is typically an easy catch every game. He drops that football wide open. 4th and 10 coming up.
Yeah, and that's one of those things you just look up to the sky and be like, why, man? What is going on here? Zach Ertz, Mr. Reliable, that time not, but I'm liking what Jelly's doing. When Dimes shifts, he shifts. So again, great defense so far by Jelly. But again, it's going to be interesting to see what Dimes calls right here. This is the biggest play of the game right now.
It definitely is. 4th down and 10 here at the 48-yard line. He's going to throw that up. Big play right there. It's going to get him another first down. 1st and 10 here at the 27-yard line. Fantastic play there by Dimes.
Yeah, and those are that corner routes, man. There's specific corner routes that beat man coverage, like we just saw there from Hollywood Brown right there. And it doesn't matter what kind of defense ratings you have on man coverage. If you don't have an ability like one step or those inside shade receivers, you're not going to have any kind of chance against man-to-man coverage.
Exactly. 1st and 10 here now to 27, 4:42 remaining. And he's going to get called again with another intentional grounding. He doesn't mind these calls. Obviously, he doesn't mind because he keeps doing it. It's a 2nd down and 22.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big factor right here. As you see the top of your screen, that rattle O line has been kind of going on and off as we've seen this drive by Dime. So again, that time it was off, and Kyler Murray had to go out of the pocket right there. But that's something to watch, nice as we continue to see Dimes go down the field here. Does that momentum bar actually make a huge difference for VA Dimes in the offense?
You see what happens here. 2nd and 22 here at the 39. And Murray's going to take off here. That thing parted like the Red Sea. And he's able to get down to the 29-yard line. 3rd down and 12 coming up with 4:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Comes out in a no-huddle set. And he's got Murray. Again, sitting here in the gun. Let's see what read he makes here. He's staying in his pocket again. And this time he's going to get the ball off just in time. And that's a 4th down and 12 here at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, had the halfback open for a long time before the quarter flat decided to match on the halfback. And again, Dimes is missing very easy reads right there. Again, we're not accustomed to seeing that. So again, that's a testament to Jelly and what he's got Dimes out here feeling right now.
And I tell you what, Dimes is feeling a little bit of stick work there as he made his stick rated E for everyone on that one. First and 10 at the 10-yard line. Officially now in the red zone with 3:40 remaining here in the third quarter. He's going to hand it off to Mostert. Mostert down to the 8. It's going to give him about a 2-yard gain on the play. Second down and 8 as he comes back out here in a no huddle here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and that was great defense by Jelly right there. Great user being able to take away what Mostert wanted to do right there. And Dimes, again, not having great success on the ground game. As we see another great stop once again by Jelly, 3rd and 7 right here. And Snypz, man, this is great defense right here by Jelly. A masterclass
Yeah.
in what you got to do in the red zone right now.
Yeah, indeed. And this is where his bread and butter is. And obviously, guys like Fetty are probably tuned in right now, trying to scout a little bit to see what's going on. I totally get it. Got to do that sometimes, man. That's what champions do. But look at this right here. Zach Ertz, he makes up for the drop and gets the Cardinals a big-time touchdown.
Yeah, and Jelly decided to go a little bit more blitz happy instead of adjustment right there. And that's actually surprising. That's not what you want to do, especially against in the red zone like that. So interesting decision right there from Jelly right there. And maybe I don't know if he just wanted Dimes to score right there, so he gets the ball back. I'm not sure. But this is going to be the interesting situation right now, Snypz. Look at the score, 20-14. Jelly is only up 6.
Yeah,
Could be up 3 if Dimes made
yeah,
that field goal, but
yeah,
up 6. So basically, if Dimes gets the ball back, let's say Jelly goes for 4 now here,
yep.
hypothetically, right? I'm not trying to commentate or curse this one, but let's say he doesn't, he's not successful on this particular drive.
Right.
Dimes could go down and score a touchdown and be winning in the ball game. So that's definitely something that Jelly's going to have on his mind as he goes on offense right here.
Yeah, indeed. First and 10. Out the 25-yard line. And Goff is going to hand it off here to Swift. Swift goes down at the 22, a loss of 3 on the play. And look at this now. Now Dimes defense is starting to cook up here, Phoenix.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that halfback draw play out of Trips tight end. Wrong play call, bad play call. And again, Jelly, just the pressure's all on him right now. And again, you see Fetty in the chat, you know he's doing his scouting reports right now. And he said he
Yeah.
doesn't mind these calls until he keeps doing it. So you already know the scouting report is real as Jared Goff gets flushed out of the pocket. That's going to be a 3rd and 13 right there, Snypz.
And I see what he's talking about in the chat right now. Oh, Fetty is crazy. 3rd down and 13 here at the 22-yard line. Once again, big shout out to my guy Fetty, man. Having a phenomenal season here, man. Looking to try to cap it off against one of these two guys here. So 3rd down and 13 here at the 22. Here comes Goff again. And Goff is going to get hit. The ball will come out. It's a 4th and 13. And if you're Jelly right now, you going for it or you punting the football out?
I actually am going for it right here. And again, the only reason I'm going for it is because Dimes doesn't have that much field to work with here. So the play calls are definitely going to be a little bit different compared to if I punt the ball and give him all that green grass to work with. So I agree with this decision by Jelly right now, going for it. And hey, if you convert it, that's bigger on you to convert that than it is for Dimes to give up that 4th and 13.
Right. So 4th and 13 here now at the 22-yard line. Going to bring Swift to the outside. See if they cover Swift. And they do cover him. And, oh, man, he actually got caught up. I'm surprised that it did not call a PI on that one. 1st and 10 at the 22. Dimes gets the football back.
And I knew it as soon as I saw TJ Hockenson get bumped. I was like, he's going to throw it and not get there. Unfortunately, not able to get there for Jelly, but this is okay. Even though Dimes gets great field position right here, he can't call his normal set of plays that he would normally call had Jelly punted the ball here. But Jelly's got to do a good job of locking this up right now. Let's see what happens.
1st and 10 here at the 22. Murray's going to go down. Fumble on the play, and the Lions will pick it up. What a play right there. Gets the ball right back, and Jelly is back in the zone on offense.
Yep, and that's Alim McNeil. You know what I'm saying? One of our rising stars, you know, hopefully in real life. But coming up big right there for Jelly in this particular game right here. And again, this is why I say you go for it. So just in case Dimes does actually turn the ball over, you're back like nothing ever happened. And St. Brown is going to get a touchdown right, or looks to get a touchdown right here with some green grass right there, trying to make a defender miss. And great punch right there. And that's the sun guy right there, Snypz. Easy play right there. Jet touch pass.
Oh my goodness. First and goal now at the 9-yard line, using what Dimes does a lot, is that jet touch pass. And it worked to perfection there indeed here for Jelly. And St. Brown is in motion, is going to hand it off, and DeAndre Swift made it look easy and gets them yet another big touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great play call by Jelly right there, deciding to go with the run right there. And this is 2-point conversion is actually huge right there as he takes a false start right there. Maybe gets himself a little bit more yards. Maybe this is intentional to see, or maybe call a different play right here instead of being at the 2-yard line.
See what happens here. Now at the 7. Trying to close it out with 2 points on this deal. Making a lot of barks here. Gonna throw that up, and that is incomplete. So 26-14 with 1:16 left here in the third quarter. What a game, Phoenix. This game has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it definitely has. And if Jelly just waited like a second longer, just a slight second longer, I seen exactly where he was going to go. He should have high point passed it, but just got a little too early with that one as Dimes almost takes that one back. And that would have been an interesting sequence of events right there. But again, yes, Snypz. This is going to be very interesting. Still, the pressure is still on VA Dimes to execute on offense, but I still say the pressure's on Jelly not to give up any kind of points right now.
Indeed, indeed. First and 10 here at the 32, and is going to step out at the 42-yard line. So exactly 10 yards on the play. First and 10 with 1:07 left here in the third quarter. Now, this game, I mean, it looks like it's something that could come down to the wire. If we get another score here by Dimes, I think it's going to definitely come down to the wire. But let's see what happens. First and 10 here at the 42. Back for the pass here from Murray. Murray's going to take off, and he better slide, and he does. So it's a 9-yard gain there. Second down and 1 coming up.
Yeah, and Murray right there. That's why you get Kyler Murray in the spread offense. Again, able to make some magic happen when plays break down. And Zach Ertz in the flat, breaking tackles, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down to the 37-yard line. And this is about to be the fourth quarter here in a little bit, folks. So put your fours up in the chat, man. It's fourth quarter time.
Indeed, indeed. So one more tote here, and look at this. Dimes will punch in another big Cardinals touchdown.
And like I mentioned before, Snypz, all the pressure is on Jelly to not give up any kind of points right there, and he does. So the pressure is on Jelly. Now, mind you, Dimes is going to kick the extra point here, so he's only going to be down 5. So if he gets a touchdown, maybe even gets maybe a little bit of a 2-point conversion that can put him up 3. So that's going to be very interesting to see what Jelly decides to do. Again, plenty of time left in the fourth quarter. I'm very curious to see how Jelly is going to change it up here in the closing minutes of this game.
I really think that all Jelly really has to do is just stick to the game plan. Kind of like what we talked about with Assassin. Assassin stuck with the game plan. I think the same thing can happen here as well, too. You stick with the game plan. You stick with what you know and what's been working. Don't change up. No matter what the score is. Don't change up. Get back into this thing. But at the end of the day, we are talking about Dimes. We're talking about where, we've seen so many times. Brian James will tell you, Philly will tell you. We've seen so many times of divine intervention when it comes down to Dimes. And you just got to really watch out for him. And now he has climbed back into this game without hesitation whatsoever. He has not quit on the game at all. He focused. He got back into this game. And now Dimes has a shot at possibly taking the lead and winning this thing. As Goff is back for the pass here, and he's going to take off finally, and only gets 2 on the play after all of that here, Phoenix. Second down and 8.
Yeah, great user skill right there to kind of make the defender jump up in the air as he gets a couple gain of 2 right there. I honestly thought he was going to throw the ball away right there. But again, great user skill, gain of 2 right there for Goff.
Second down and 8 here at the 25-yard line. Here comes Goff again. And he's going to get hit right here this time and down at the 17-yard line. Third down and 15 coming up with 5:09 left here in the game, Phoenix.
Yeah, and that was bad pocket presence right there. Got a little bit outside the pocket. Didn't really need to right there as Xavier Collins comes in and makes a great sack right there for Dimes. 3rd and 15. This is going to be a very interesting play call right here, Snipes.
It definitely is indeed. So here we go, 3rd and 15, and a timeout is going to be called, it looks like, by the Lions. So again, 3rd down and 15 coming up. And Goff coming out here in the gun set. Looks like he's going to go ahead and audible and put Hawkinson on that right side now, and now it's in a tight set. I'll tell you what about Dimes. Dimes always makes like the perfect, the perfect, the perfect calls when you talk about audibles. The perfect hot calls, and the perfect audibles. He makes them every single time, and you'd almost expect a first down here. He does get the catch, but won't get the first. It's a 4th and 9, and obviously it looks like he's going to end up going for it here, Phoenix.
Yeah, you definitely have to against Dimes. And when we talk about sticking with the game plan like you did for Assassin, again, shout out to Assassin in the chat. We see you out there. Congratulations to moving on to the next round. But again, his bread and butter has been his trips tight end formation, but deciding to go with this pistol bunch tight end set. So I'm very curious to see, what the decision process is when it comes down to this play call. Looks like he might be going corner route to St. Brown if it is man-to-man coverage. Looks like it might be from VA Dimes.
Let's see here, 4th and 9. Off back. Defense couldn't get in. Big catch right there. Odell Beckham once again with a tremendous catch, and it's a 1st and 10 now at the 38-yard line.
And Jelly had way better vision than me. I'm not gonna lie. My eyes are looking all the way left side on that corner route, but that's great execution right there. 1st and 10 for Jelly right there. Now 2nd and 12 right there. But this is what you got to do. Keep the clock moving. Utilize Swift in the ground game, or utilize Jameson Williams in the slot with that RPO bubble right there. Again, Dimes doesn't have 3 defenders over there for the most part until he brings one down. So again, if you're Jelly right now, stick to the game plan that's been working, and you're doing a great job right now.
Well, 2nd down and 12 here, 2:58 remaining and counting. So he comes out here in the pistol set again. Again, just barking out those calls, see what's going to happen. Taking his time, Goff back here again, and he's going to get the catch here by Swift. Couldn't break the tackle at all and ends up not getting much. 3rd down and 8 coming up here at the 39-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, and again, that's great way to stay in bounds by DeAndre Swift. Thought he was like running towards the out of bounds line, but a great way to stay in bounds right there. We got 2-minute warning coming up right here, Snipes. And this is the play call of the game. I would say these next 2 plays, if he doesn't convert right here on 3rd down, these are going to be the critical 2 plays of the game that we look back at here to determine the winner and loser of this game.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You are absolutely right. These last 2 plays, crucial right here for these Lions. Because, again, if Dimes has the football back here in this situation, down by 5, he's going to make it come. That's what he typically does. So here we go, 3rd and 8. Trying to read the defense out a little bit. And 1st down could possibly kill the game. Off back. He's going to throw that up. Nice little check down and gets down at the 44. So a 4th down and 3 coming up. What is your play call here on 4th and 3?
Ooh, man, this is tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. I actually wouldn't know too much what the call right here, but I would go with the tried and true trips tight end that we seen Jelly come out in. I would kind of maybe run something similar to that route combo he just showed us, where Dimes showed that he was on that safety coming down in the box on that left side. So having a route that goes the opposite of where Dimes was supposed to be was a great play caller. But this is going to be interesting right here, going completely empty right now, Snipes. I'm not sure if I agree with this, but hey, let's see what Jelly can do right here.
I don't like the empty call either because it can bring that pressure, and that's what Don typically does. But who are we to say anything? Let me tell you, the man is out on a mission, and he's doing a great job here today. 1st and 10 now here at the 41.
And that was a great route combo and a setup by Jelly. Knew that Dimes was going to initially jump the tight end route because it came first, but then Dimes saw the behind trailing route, and he jumped that, and Jelly able to throw the first route to TJ Hawkinson. Great setup right there. A little chess match right there that we don't talk about too often when it comes to route combos, but that was great execution right there by Jelly.
Indeed, it was. Second down and 8 here at the 39-yard line. If he wins this game, it's going to be because of that fourth down conversion, in my opinion. Well, second down and 8 here now at the 39-yard line. And Goff going to hit him with the toss here and try to stop and go it, but it didn't work out for him this time around. So third down and 7 coming up here as another timeout is called by the Cardinals. So no more timeouts remaining here for Dimes. I wonder what he's going to be able to do here, Phoenix.
I've run the ball. If I'm Jelly right now, you see man-to-man coverage, so you know that cover 0 is coming up right here. But I'm looking to run the ball again. He made a big booming 56-yarder earlier with Seibert.
Yeah.
So again, that's going to be something that plays in the back of Jelly's mind. And also, I think he has the wind towards him, if I'm not mistaken. So again, no need to pass the ball here. Just go on the ground game and utilize Swift right now.
Let's see what happens here. Third down and 7. He's going to hand it off here to Swift. Swift cuts it inside, and he will get a couple yards on the play. So it's going to be a 4th and 5. Obviously, this is a situation I would go for the field goal here, and it looks like he's going to do exactly the same here to Phoenix.
Yeah, shout out to OG right there, having the great advice right there. Run, no matter what, and call a stretch, and that's what he did. Again, I mentioned like that, 8 miles an hour towards you, behind you. So again, you don't have to worry too much about the wind here. But the one thing you must do, no matter what, is make sure you kick that perfect. Because if you don't kick that field goal perfect accuracy, Dimes has a chance to block that field goal. And it's going to be interesting to see, as I would imagine he's going to call a timeout here with 1 second left to go, Snypz.
And he will. So you were right in that regard. 4th down and 5. He's going to still try. I don't know if I like that call. I mean, we'll see what happens, but man, I mean, I don't know, Phoenix. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Hey, you see right there, that pause right there. That's that like Dimes' own version of icing the kicker. I want you to think about it a little bit, as he doesn't kick it perfect right there. So it's going to be interesting to see what results out of this. And again, 15 seconds left. Does Dimes block this kick? I'm not trying to commentators curse it, but that is a possibility, and he almost does, as Seibert is going to kick it through for the field goal. And just like that, Snypz, this is really, really, really interesting with 10 seconds left to go. We've seen the Hail Mary against Assassin. Does Dimes have a Hail Mary in him, Snypz? What you think?
I don't know if he's got a Hail Mary in him, but I'm going to tell you what, he at this point right now, I don't know if he's going to be full of grace, because he's just simply, he's in a situation here, obviously, and this will be the second day in a row, guys, for anybody that's just tuning in. This will be the second day in a row. He lost yesterday on the Xbox side, and now he might have an opportunity to lose here on the PS5 side as well. He's got, the only thing he can do is tie it up. He's going to hand it off here, and that is pretty much going to do it. Jelly gets a big win here today by 8, 29-21. A fantastic finish here for Jelly. He moves on to square off against Fetty in the NFC Championship game. Big up once again to this man, Jelly. He has been sensational here today.
Yeah. And I'm very impressed by the way Jelly kind of operated on both sides of the ball. Again, he's starting off with 2 interceptions, big plays right there against Dimes. And then you see Dimes missing that field goal right there. We've seen the same thing happen yesterday against Diggs. Yep. And again, the field goal this time, not much of a factor in the end result and the end score right there. But again, those simple mistakes and Dimes not being the normal Dimes we're used to seeing, divine intervention not a factor this time, didn't matter. But again, interesting things that have happened for Dimes, losing both the PS5 and Xbox side right there, Snipe. So we're going to be seeing pretty much some brand new champions coming in for season 1 in Madden Underground.
Yeah, gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. So again, and the NFC side, we're already set. We got Fetty and we got Jelly. Now, you know, as far as when you talk about those two teams, you got to think that you're going to pick Fetty to win the game. Obviously, undefeated in the regular season and everything. But as you can see, this defense of the Lions, they are solid, a very solid defense. The one thing I will say, although I think Fetty could still win this game, But I will say though that you're gonna have to watch out with Jelly. Jelly has defense. He has defense. He might not have the best offense, but he has defense. And if you make mistakes, just like you saw Dimes make today, if you make those mistakes against Fetty, it is excuse me, against Jelly, it is going to be a problem. It is
Yeah.
truly going to be a problem if you make mistakes against him. So I still think that Fetty's going to win it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear your take on it, on who you think might win it and why they may win it.
Yeah, I mean, and you mentioned Jelly on defense too. None of his defenders even had abilities at
Yeah.
all, so zero.
Yeah.
And we're used to accustomed to seeing guys who went out have abilities on either the defensive line or like Assassin had two under pressure edge threats on his defensive line. We've seen it either in the secondary with the KO abilities, but Jelly showing that hey, you don't need abilities to win this game. So what I think it comes down to between Jelly and Fetty is who can execute at the highest level more. We've seen Jelly make adjustments to
Yep.
bunch. We've seen him make adjustments to that trio also that week that Dimes put out there. So to me, it comes down to who can adjust more, who has the better execution, and who has the
Hmm.
ball last. That
Yep.
to me is going to be the biggest two factors, or sorry, three factors that we see between Fetty and Jelly.
Yep. Agreed. Agree 100% with that, man. With that. So look, man. Again, two great games we just got done with here. We do have another game that's going to be taking place, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's C Jack. Yeah, C Jack versus Diggs.
Mm.
That's coming up. That's on the Xbox side, if I'm not mistaken. Or I believe it's going to be on Xbox. That'll be taking place in about 15 minutes or so. So, man, some great games today, man. Great games today.
Yeah, these games have not disappointed at all. Again, you
Nah.
mentioned C-Jack and Diggs right there. So we already know that's going to be a must-see game that you guys got to come out for if you're watching on the chat, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you at. Make sure you tune in about 15 minutes because this is going to be another one of those games where it's going to be a lot of storylines, a lot of drama, and I'm going to be interested to see the results of that game because we've seen both competitors play. C-Jack more so on the ground game, but Diggs very impressive in that passing attack,
Yeah. Yeah.
at that gun bunch of his. So we're gonna be interested to see if Styles make fights right here and see the results of that one, Snipes.
I definitely think Styles gonna make fights in this one. That's for sure, man. But I can't call who gonna win that game just yet. But man, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I mean, these playoff games. I think I said it last broadcast, man. These playoff games has been just so incredible, man. And again, once again, I gotta say it again. Big shout out to Brian James and excuse me. Big shout out to Brian James and big shout out to to yourself, Philly, all of you guys, man, are continuing to just keep these things flowing and moving, man. And big shout out to all of you guys, man, that are streaming. Thank y'all so much for streaming
Yeah.
because what I mean. Sometimes it's like it's kind it's pulling teeth sometimes with people, when you talk about streaming. But big shout out to all you guys here at Madden Underground that are putting the effort in because what you guys are doing is making this job 10 times easier for all of us here. You know what I mean? We don't have to worry about who's streaming this or that and the third. You guys ain't scared to stream. Totally love it, guys. Totally love it. But look, that's gonna do it here for us for this one. We'll be back on here in 15 minutes or so. I won't be here. But Philly will be in the building with my guy Phoenix. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. Two epic games here in PS5 in the books. And and big shout out to you, OG man, for the follow. Appreciate you with the follow, brother. Thank you so much for that. And look, we're done, guys. We are done with this one here. You guys take care, be blessed. We'll catch you guys in a minute. Again, don't forget, make sure you check out MaddenUnderground.com. Keep it locked here. Next 15 minutes, we'll be right back for some more gridiron action here on Madden Underground.